Hello everyone, this is Sara Perry bringing to you the Lunar Eclipse Survival Guide. Hello to any new people listening to this vlog and hello to all my regular listeners. It's lovely to have you on board. If you are looking for a private consultation, then do go to the website. All the information is in the description box, www.saraperry.me, or the address www.saraperrypsychic.com. Everything is in the description box below, so do check it out with some links to some new books, The Secrets Revealed for 2023, and lots of exciting stuff and offers are going to be going on up until the end of the year, so do take advantage of those. Now, I decided to do this guide because of the intense effects that the eclipse can have on people's lives, and it falls on a full moon. The solar eclipse always falls on the new moon, but the full moon is the lunar eclipse, and with all eclipses the sun blocks out the life-giving energy to all of us, and sometimes things become very, very distorted. We feel under the weather, we feel tired, we feel disorientated, and this year 2022 we're coupling it with Mars retrograde, which could intensify things even more. So the reason being, I wanted to do this to help people and guide you through it and help you become forewarned. If we're forewarned, we're forearmed, right? And the eclipses actually give us a kind of preview of what is coming next. And when you go from the solar eclipse to the lunar eclipse, and as we go through this period, you will start, if you look closely and you do take the time, be able to connect the dots as to what is coming afterwards. Okay, now it does bring a lot of changes. It highlights truths in people. It can focus or shine the light on areas that we need to be looking at. But one thing I will say, we cannot allow the eclipses, the planetary formations, to rule our lives or consider that they are the things affecting us. We make our own choices. We have free will. And what these energies and planets do as they're retrograding and going direct, and they're circling around and doing their thing, is they're showing us what is happening, what we can change in our lives, how we can move forwards, how we can make things better. And however disastrous or fabulous depends on what we decide to do. So if you take the time during these retrogrades, eclipses and everything, to really look closely and start really connecting with yourselves and the messages and signs that are given to us, you will be able to kind of create a more fulfilling life and keep things in flow. So the effects of our choices are highlighted during this time. Okay, so if you've made really, really terrible choices, you will see how things could turn out. Don't expect the answer to come the day after the eclipse happens. Okay, leave things at least 5 days to let things kind of rebalance. But the effects of what goes on could continue for months and months. All right, so changes can be shown or what is coming, but it doesn't necessarily give us a timing. But if you start connecting the dots, you start listening to what's being said around you, focusing on the details, maybe, have a little notebook. I'm going to do a little printout so you can write notes with, different pointers, so you can start understanding more fully where things are starting to go and what could be coming next. So the first thing, listening. Listen more. Take note of what people are saying. Things might come out randomly out of people's mouths. Things we may not like. Things we may love. You may get lots of flattery. You may get messages coming through telling you about things that have happened, giving you clarity of things, forewarning you about somebody's intentions. You may see something on social media, and when I say listen, you're kind of watching, but you're listening to what's being told to you by hearing or seeing the comments on your Facebook posts. That can be really, really interesting. You may not see a reaction as you thought it would be. You may find that you react differently than you would normally react as well, which will bring me on to something else in a minute. So that's the first thing, is really listen to what's being said. Be aware. Sometimes you hear something that someone said a million times, but at this point, it's like your ears prick up higher, so you'll feel your antenna much, much more intense and more powerful. You'll hear some things louder than others. Avoid making major decisions at this time. Now, whenever we're in retrograde, especially Mars, this wouldn't be a good time to do it anyway. It's best to just kind of let things flow a little bit. Observe, be open, be flexible, be adaptable, accept, embrace everything that is coming to you. Have the door open to have the discussion. But let go of making anything or any decision that is going to have a major impact on your life long term at this point. Give it a few days. You might find that something else crops up that's unexpected. You may be expecting something to come in at this time that will change everything, and it doesn't actually come in till within the next five days that follow. So just be open to what comes right now. It's kind of like just observe. This is a time of observation, making notes, calculating the benefits, the non-benefits. The next thing would be to keep your emotions at bay. Really be aware of the decisions you're making which are emotional led. Now, because Mars is retrograde, your emotions are going to be even higher. You may be a little bit short-tempered. Things will annoy you a lot more, especially again around social media. Remember, the written word is not as effective as hearing it vocally. Okay, so what you see written may not be what somebody means. It's just that they haven't written it. The way they've written it is coming from a very different emotional place. But you react in an emotional way. Be aware of how you react. Who's annoying you? What kind of flips your lid? But be aware of your reactions, because an eclipse is a fleeting moment in your life, but regrets will last much, much longer. So going back to expecting the unexpected, things could change overnight. You may be out of a job one day, and in 5 days after the eclipse, something new comes in. Something amazing might happen when you've already made a decision, and then there's a choice to make. Again, let time go by a little bit before you choose which. Be very clear again on your emotional side. Your emotional side might be in turmoil because you feel pressured to do one thing or another. So people's truths, the masks will come off. You may hear things said, you may see what people are doing. You'll start seeing people's patterns. This is a really good time to look at the value in your life, to look at who you're with, who you're surrounded with. People may come back in from the past, people may disappear. Now the rule is generally a male disappears if they're going to go on a solar eclipse, and on a lunar eclipse, it's a female. Somebody could pass unexpectedly. It could be just time to get rid of somebody. You may push somebody away because something becomes very, very clear, because the truth is shown. This is a normal thing during this time. It's a clearing out period. It's a full moon. This is about letting go, releasing. So you may be surprised at how you react, that suddenly something becomes very clear. There's definitely a forewarning of what is to come during this time. So again, make notes and connect the dots of the similarities, the patterns that you're following. You know, if many people suddenly get in touch with you, what are they saying to you? How are they behaving? Are they offering you something? Do you remember what happened before? Could this be happening again? And the way that you're dealing with things and the way people are reacting. Think about that type of behaviour increasing or continuing over the 6 months. How could it escalate? Be really aware of all that. Accept what is happening to you. Some things will happen to you indirectly. You could be feeling emotional about somebody close and getting your knickers in a twist about somebody else's heartbreak. It's important at that point to support people, not to get too involved. So it's important to stay detached, be supportive, because maybe you're being shown that you have the strength, you are in a good place to be supportive. Maybe this is going to highlight your healing qualities, your therapeutic qualities, your humanitarian qualities. Maybe you've been questioning where you should go in your life. Should you go down that road and become more spiritual? Or take a more spiritual path, and things coming to you to show you this is what you're good at. This is what people want. The eclipses push you into the unknown. You may not want to go there. So again, it's important to kind of take the emotional side out of it and really look at what you want to achieve, what the goal is, where you want to be. And could this really help you? Could this be different? Again, taking note of people's reactions, judgment, that kind of thing, how you're judging things. This is a time to awaken your spiritual side and look beyond, rise above things. And again, decipher from a different angle, detach a little bit. Your health and your well-being are most important during this time. This is a factor you really need to focus on. But knowing when the eclipses are will help you even more, because you can prepare beforehand. Because it can attack you, actually, maybe that's not the word, attack, but it can really intensify feelings, emotions. You can become very tired, you can be agitated this time. It is really important that you're eating well, you're sleeping well, you're exercising, and you are living your joy, because then you will be able to deal with things a lot easier. You'll hear more, you'll see more, and you'll get the best from it. Most importantly, again, allow the divine to do its job. The universe wants to help us. It doesn't want to hinder us. Remember, the choices that you have made will be highlighted during this period, and this is a time for you to have a preview of what could come next, or what is coming next. If something instinctively alerts you, make a note of it. This is a time of research, exploration, going deeper, having some real clarity, and as I said, a preview of what could come. So if somebody drops a mask, something is said randomly in conversation that irks you or triggers something inside you, take note of it before you react. This is a bit like a stop, look and listen. Before you cross a road, you stop, you look and you listen. And then you walk forwards when everything is clear. So at least wait 5 days before you make any major decisions. Be aware of what you're saying during this time. If you know that you could be within a group of confrontation, you're actually better stepping away. Avoid frustrating, compromising, challenging situations that are going to push your buttons, that will increase the fear in you. Remain calm, meditate, eat well, sleep well, and be around flowing people. And if you need to know something, it will come to you. So I hope this has helped you guys, and you can have a little bit more peace of mind during this time. And when things happen, you kind of just accept it for now and say, okay, this has happened for a reason. I haven't got all the answers, but I'm going to give it time. How has it what feelings have been triggered inside me? What fears have come to the surface? How can I make things better? And again, being Mars retrograde right this time is all important, because it's pushing things even further. I feel this is going to be a really, really powerful couple of days. If you want some more insight, then please do get in touch with me via my website, www.saraperry.me, or saraperrypsychic.com. You can email me at saraperrypsychic@gmail.com if you want to check out my artwork, or any of the products I have on offer. Then there are links below, but you can find everything on the website. Okay, just go to the shop or go to consultations, or go to teaching and training, and it would be great to hear from you. And I will speak to you all soon. Bye for now.